Hi everyone, how are you? REDFERN here once again. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of December, and here is the recap of last night's webinar, corporate webinar with Ash Mufareh and Dr. Sahar. Great webinar. Ash looked very tired, obviously, because of what's been going on with the migration, etc. But some really good information, which I'm going to go over here now. That we are almost there. So that's really good news. And also Dr. Sahar brought us up to date with what is happening in the own media. So without further ado, let's get started with what happens. He came on and said, my name is Ash Mufareh, and he is fired up, he said. We have a lot to say, and it's been so busy here. And we have been discussing and continuously going over things, even as he was just coming on to the webinar last night. That goes not only for Ash himself, but for many other people as well. It's been a very tiring week, to say the least, for a lot of us. But we are getting there. That is the good news. He said, thank you to all teams around the world for the sacrifices being made. We are now in a new transition. Totally agree. If you've been logging into your new ecosystem, you'll certainly know what that new transition is all about. I'm fascinated by the accomplishments made and where we are today. He said, we are born as a giant. Most people, when they start a business, start off very small and they build from there. We are starting off as a huge company. It is such a beautiful thing to be successful by design, but also with a purpose. That is the greater thing than the business itself. We are doing it with heart. Products and applications are either led by love or by fear, he said. We already know that Onpassive goes by the first one, by love. Competition does exist, he said, out there in the internet space, and we might have similar products in the field that others do as well. But we are so unique and different from what they are. We are different because we are building the entire ecosystem. The whole of this is done for the customer experience, he said. No other company has provided such value, so much time, and fine-tuned to perfection to offer the greatest value and superior experience with the user in mind. Now, that is a very, very important thing to remember, is that everything that Onpassive is doing is with the user in mind. Yes, we are founders here, but we also, everything is done is because we want that experience to be good for the user. We've achieved it. For instance, in the 70s, only 2 brands of toothpaste existed. And today, one company has over 27 brands, and there are hundreds of companies out there. Onpassive is going to be the new one on the block. The difference is that Onpassive is born a giant, a unique advantage by connecting with society from the ground up with a new era of leadership and technology, he said. We know technology changes our lives, and I see so much happening all around us. Most of it today is by manipulation. Onpassive is completely different. It's happening by inspirational things, not manipulational things. So many are volunteering to join us. Different levels of success will be determined by the individual. Some opportunities and the same tools people have, but why do people succeed when others don't, when they have the same things? Quite clearly, it is because of the individual. Onpassive is the vehicle, but it is actually up to the individual to strive for the success as well. Is Onpassive going to help them? Yes, Onpassive will help them get to their desired goals, but they also need to have that drive within Onpassive to succeed as well. The founders are no longer the only category, he said. We are soon going to have our customer numbers much larger than the founder numbers that we have right now. And we will achieve many different levels of success because of this. We will have the same resources, 365 days a year, breathing the same oxygen, same time of the day, same days in the week, etc. But we all don't have the same success, do we? We are using these things for the better good, for that purpose. We can inspire or manipulate. Some do, some to complete, they lower the quality to compete. They cut people that offer, they drop the prices, they increase, decrease the quality and the value, but they increase the sales. But what are they getting out of that? They create no inspiration, and of course they will be manipulating the data and the privacy. Onpassive do it completely differently. Onpassive is putting people first, period. It is not a thing about money in Onpassive. It is about what we can do to help the customer and help humanity. We certainly put the person first. Onpassive is a vehicle, he said. It is now up to the individual to decide what to do with it. We are now going through a new era and a new milestone. Everything in the system is working perfectly, he said. If you had errors, okay, most likely it is an error at your end. So that could do anything with wrong digits, wrong names, unsigned NDAs, not following the correct process. If you cannot migrate to Onpassive, he said, it means that you must be up your game. He said, this is the basics of what is needed to be done. This is insanely simple, he said. Take your time and try to get it done. Obviously, many of you are working with your sponsor or leaders to help you for this, and we encourage you to continue to do this if you are finding problems with this migration. We are a multiple business opening one spot right now. We have no issues or glitches at our ends. This is as soft and as simple as kissing a marshmallow, he said. We have already had hundreds of thousands migrate over without any problems at all. What is going to happen next, he said. The next step is to do with money. Why? Because the next product that is coming out is going to be a paid product. It's not going to be inspiring that the company will know if you are only going to get active now because of the money. This should have been done a long, long time ago. It is not time to get involved because of that money. It is now time to make sure that you are on board with what is happening with Onpassive. So there is going to be a big shift now because we are moving from just the migration using the free products and services of Onpassive that are there in the ecosystem to our very first product that is going to be paid. This is going to be coming out very shortly. He said we did a live demo yesterday with OConnect. This is the first of the paid products that we will see, and one of the big guns as well. I did not approve it to go live yesterday, and this was Monday, which was the chosen date. Why? Because you should know me by now, he said. If I am not happy, we are not going to go live just because I put a date on it. We got the confirmation in less than 24 hours that all the changes that I wanted have been done. So now we're looking at the cosmetics of the things that I asked for. Okay, and then I will get this rolled out to you, he said. We will open in stages, and then more and more and more will be added to it. He mentioned about, first off, it will be a capacity of 5 people and extending it from there and there and there. Ash and the teams feel confident that we will dominate in this area of the internet. There'll be many values with OConnect, many wow features, interactions, all sorts of other things that we have actually seen ourselves, by the way, and you will be absolutely blown away by it all. Onpassive is utilizing business as a vehicle to accomplish other purposes and important things and raising the principles in our life. He said, my focus is on how good we are to humanity and how much difference we can make everything out there. Yes, we are going to die one day, but what we want to do is to make a legacy. Everything we need and more in one place is a gift to humanity, saving time and energy and solving problems. If you go to the ecosystem once migrated, every day the system will get better and better, and the value will be compounded almost on a daily basis. Sharing links will be coming soon, he said, and this is a technology and AI level at its best. So many tools and concepts that have nothing to do with the business or to be accomplished, more important principles in our lives. Stop the searching. You have landed in the right place with Onpassive. If you cannot make it with Onpassive, quite frankly, you will not make it anywhere. This can be used as a legacy building for generations to come. Remember, using Onpassive will get you to Rome. All roads lead to Rome. It is the easiest way of explaining it. Let's talk ecosystem from now on. OFounders is now in our rear view mirrors. Yes, it's going to be there as an icon if you're a founder, but we are now concentrating on the ecosystem. A new paradigm shift has occurred in the last few weeks with no money, extra money being involved. And from the founders level, that was a very, very good strategy. He then made way for Dr. Sahar. She came on and she did many thanks to all the founders. Here are the communicational stages that I want to explain, she said, with the O Media. On the global launch, I started by welcoming the global locals and international media, and they came and met our people behind the scenes and toured our offices backstage. This was over in Hyderabad. They wanted to be part of whatever we do. They were amazed and inspired. The association press also came, and the O Media now are approaching us as part of this, the media of the Associated Press. The new video for what happened is going to be in the channel. That's also on my channel right now. Okay, and she shared that with us live last night. She said, we are a giant baby. Not a single company has got that much coverage on their very first press release. She said after initial press release, then we proceeded to do television interviews and radio interviews, and this lasted for 3 to 4 hours behind the scenes after we did the initial press release. We have just finalized the draft of our vision, mission, and beliefs to our website. This will be there very shortly, she said. We have also accomplished the digital brand identity. This is coming soon, and it is very important to standardize the terminology and communication as we move forward. I've been saying this for a long time now, that we need to use the right terminology, okay, with how we are explaining Onpassive. The tone of voice as well is also very important, she said. We started with founders, but now we need to shift to the consumer, customers, and clients. Statistics show that 81% of purchases from people do research before they buy. In business, we have the consumer, the customer, and clients, and we are reaching not just founders anymore. We are much bigger than that. Consumers who use the product not always are the purchasers. Customers and consumers use the products and are buyers, and clients are the ones that is doing business with you and buying on a regular basis. So we're going to be going from where we are now, end to end, customer first, then business to business, and also expanding it out into the business sector. People are not easily fooled anymore, she said. Customers now do lots of research before buying. She went on then, she said, the internal design must be attractive to the best talents across the world. Onpassive has got talent is going to be a new theme that we're going to have as well within the founders and employees to start with. This is now going to move over to the founders as well. This was to target internal talent in all our offices to make a bonding, to bring people more together. She said this is really, really important in business. This will bring fun and excitement within the company teams to feature their talents. It will be fun. Simon Cowell would want to buy the rights to this talent venue, she said. It will be then judged and put out to the media with the results. This will give people a better chance to express their potential.